war was about to break. And the reason? An altar. Well, the Gadites, the Reubenites, and the half tribe of Manasseh, who would go to the other side of the Jordan to live there, while they were going back after conquering Canaan, they thought, what if in the future the rest of the Israelites will say to us, because we are on the other side of the Jordan, and we say, no, the Lord just belonged to us in this side of the Jordan, and you do not belong to God anymore, and so they will reject us. So they decided to build a huge and magnificent altar before crossing the river back to their land, in order to, pay attention to that, in order to let their children never forget that God is their God. They were concerned about the future of their children. If their children will follow God or not. This was their concern. And I was thinking about myself and about ourselves today. What kind of altar are we building up in order to let our children know that the Lord is Lord, that we belong to Him? But the problem was that the Lord said that we should not build any altar to offer sacrifices, because for God there is the storehouse principle that you can find in all the Bible. This storehouse principle says that all offerings, all sacrifices should be happening in Jerusalem, in the temple, in the place appointed by God. To that place they should bring their tithes, their offerings, and they were not allowed to do it far from that place, in another place, in order to prevent apostasy, in order to prevent idolatry, and also to provide a center for religion, to where all the resources, including the financial resources for religion, for maintenance of the temple, should come, and from there be distributed in an equitative way in order to provide for the service of God. So this is a very interesting lesson for us that we find this chapter. But the second lesson we find this chapter is the way they solved the problem. All the rest of the Israelites decided to go to war without consulting them, without asking them what is happening. And after they were gathered together, so they decided to send the priest and some representatives, and then to ask what happened and saying, what is that bad thing you are doing? And another high point of this chapter is that the Gadites, the half tribe of Manasseh, and the Reubenites, they were not offended by that. They listened attentively, and then they just explained what happened with calm. And we get a very, very important lesson here. When you are accused unjustly, what to do, how should you react? And we should react in that way, in God's way, with calmness and in the fear of the Lord, knowing that the Lord will settle the matter and make all things right. May the Lord bless you as you study this chapter and you get precious lessons for your family life and also for your labor life. We see you tomorrow.